In our previous video, we posed a tricky question. E. coli can spread through which route? And the correct answer is... Transmission is fecal-oral, contaminated food, untreated water, and hand surfaces. Wash hands with soap for 20 seconds before eating and after bathroom use. Use separate cutting boards to prevent cross-contamination. Did you know? Just a small part of your lungs being damaged can cause your brain to become oxygen-starved almost instantly. Every year, millions of older adults in the U.S. develop lung diseases without even realizing it until it's too late. Many seniors begin experiencing symptoms like a mild morning cough, shortness of breath when walking, or loud snoring at night, and often think it's just normal aging. But these subtle signs could be the first warnings of serious conditions like COPD, collapsed lungs, or even lung cancer. Today, you'll take a 35-question quiz to test your knowledge, recognize early warning signs, and learn how to better protect your lungs before it's too late. Are you ready? Let's begin now. How many lungs does a human have? Humans have two lungs, the right and the left. Interestingly, the right lung is usually larger and has 3 lobes, while the left lung has only 2 lobes to make space for the heart. These lungs are vital for exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide to keep us alive. What is the main function of the lungs? The lungs absorb oxygen and expel carbon dioxide through a critical process called gas exchange. Without functioning lungs, the body would become oxygen deprived in just minutes. Which lung is closer to the heart? Can you guess it? Leave your answer in the comments. We'll reveal it in the next video. Which organ connects directly from the trachea to the lungs? The bronchi are 2 main airways that branch off the trachea and lead into each lung. They deliver air to the alveoli where gas exchange takes place. What is the main component of the air we breathe? Although oxygen is vital for life, nitrogen makes up about 78% of the air we breathe. Oxygen is only about 21%, making each breath of it precious. How many breaths does an average adult take per minute? A healthy adult breathes about 12 to 20 times per minute at rest. Breathing too fast or too slow outside this range can indicate respiratory distress. What is the function of alveoli in the lungs? Alveoli are tiny air sacs in the lungs where oxygen enters the blood and carbon dioxide exits. There are about 300 million alveoli per lung, working like a living, breathing field. What is the main toxic substance in cigarette smoke affecting the lungs? Nicotine is highly addictive, but it's the cocktail of chemicals like tar and carbon monoxide that causes real lung damage. Daily smoking pushes your lungs closer to failure. Which substance in cigarette smoke destroys lung cilia? Tar paralyzes and kills the tiny hair-like cilia in your lungs, which normally sweep out dust and bacteria. Without them, your lungs become more vulnerable to infections and cancer. What unit measures oxygen saturation in the blood? SpO₂ stands for oxygen saturation percentage. A healthy range is 95–100%. If it drops below 90%, it indicates hypoxia, a dangerous oxygen deficiency that needs medical attention. Which of the following is an early sign of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD? A chronic cough lasting more than 3 weeks, often with mucus, is one of the first signs of COPD. It may seem minor, but it's your lungs calling for help. How long can a person survive without breathing? Brain cells begin to die within 3–5 minutes without oxygen. Breathing is not just life, it's time running out in seconds. Which of the following does not directly affect the lungs? Hepatitis affects the liver, not the lungs. The other conditions, pneumonia, emphysema, and asthma, directly impair lung function. How much more likely are smokers to develop lung cancer than non-smokers? According to the CDC, smokers are 15 to 30 times more likely to develop lung cancer than non-smokers. Each cigarette is a deadly gamble with your lungs. Which substance is produced by the lungs to keep alveoli from collapsing? Surfactant is a natural lung secretion that keeps alveoli open during breathing. Without it, especially in premature babies, lungs can collapse. Which home device helps assess your lung function? A pulse oximeter clips onto your fingertip and measures blood oxygen saturation. Below 90% indicates dangerous oxygen deficiency, which is not a common early symptom of lung cancer. Swollen legs are not a typical early sign of lung cancer. Persistent cough, chest pain, coughing blood, and unexplained weight loss are more common red flags. PM2.5 fine dust harms the lungs because it's smaller than. PM2.5 particles are smaller than 2.5 microns and can penetrate deep into the lungs, reaching the alveoli and causing inflammation or cancer. Coughing up blood usually indicates damage in which organ? Coughing up blood, hemoptysis, is often caused by lung conditions like pneumonia, tuberculosis, or lung cancer. It's a respiratory emergency. How many gallons of air does a person breathe daily? On average, a person breathes about 11,000 liters of air a day, roughly 3,000 gallons. Breathing is an invisible stream of life sustaining every cell. Which condition is commonly associated with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD? People with COPD are 2–3 times more likely to suffer from depression due to chronic breathing difficulty and reduced quality of life. What is the most common cause of death in lung cancer patients? As tumors grow, the lungs lose the ability to exchange oxygen, leading to respiratory failure, the primary cause of death in lung cancer patients. Which breathing technique helps improve lung endurance in older adults? Belly breathing strengthens the diaphragm, increases lung capacity, and improves oxygen intake, especially beneficial for seniors or those with chronic lung conditions. Which food helps cleanse the lungs naturally? Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and support lung repair. It's a natural shield for your respiratory system. Loud, chronic snoring may indicate which condition? Sleep apnea causes blocked airways during sleep, lowering oxygen levels. It silently exhausts the heart and lungs every night. Why should seniors practice deep breathing daily? Deep breathing increases oxygen flow to the brain, improving memory, reducing anxiety, and lowering stroke risk, a daily natural remedy for aging minds. Can non-smokers get lung cancer? About 25% of lung cancer cases occur in people who never smoked. Secondhand smoke, air pollution, and radon exposure are silent killers. Emphysema causes the lungs to lose. Emphysema damages alveoli and makes lungs stiff, trapping air and making it hard to exhale. It's like being stuck inside your own breath. Which activity strengthens your lungs? Light cardio like cycling improves lung capacity, circulation, and oxygen delivery. It's gentle but powerful lung therapy. Where is radon gas most likely to accumulate in a home? Radon is an odorless radioactive gas that seeps from soil and accumulates in basements. It's a hidden cause of lung cancer. Which lung cells are usually damaged first by toxic smoke? These hair-like cells sweep out dust and toxins. Once destroyed by smoke, the lungs lose their self-cleaning defense, making them prone to infection and cancer. What is the most serious consequence of lung collapse, atelectasis? Atelectasis reduces lung surface area, severely limiting oxygen transfer to the blood. It's a medical emergency. Which food may increase asthma risk? Processed meats contain preservatives and nitrates that can inflame airways and worsen asthma. Tasty, but toxic for lungs. Which of the following does not help lung recovery? E-cigarettes still contain harmful chemicals and nicotine. They are not a safe alternative and can damage lung tissue further. If your SpO₂ remains above 95%, what does it indicate? SpO₂ between 95–100% shows your lungs are effectively delivering oxygen. It's a vital sign of respiratory health, especially after age 60. Congratulations, you've completed the quiz. Here are your results. What's your level? Drop it in the comments below. The lungs don't have nerves to feel pain, but when they weaken, everything else in your body slowly starts to decline. If you smoke, think about the lungs struggling to breathe for you every single day. If you're short of breath when walking, don't ignore it. Start taking action. If you've just realized how little you know about your lungs, today is your starting point. Share your quiz results in the comments, and send this video to your loved ones, because every healthy breath is a gift we should never take for granted. See you in the next videos, where knowledge is the most powerful medicine.